Hi guys, I hope you're all well. In this video I want to give you a quick nutrition tip to implement at the end of the day. And I learned this from another personal trainer, Gordon Greenhorn, and it's a great technique, and it's basically having a selection of what he calls macro filler foods. So something I talk about a lot is moving more of your calories later in the day, especially within the context of a fat loss phase, because typically most people are more hungry later in the day, and by placing more of your calories later in the day it can help to blunt hunger, and then you're having less calories when you're less hungry earlier in the day. But he talks more specifically about these macro filler foods, and they're basically foods you can rely on at the end of the day to make up the net difference of any protein, carbohydrate, fat and calorie targets that you may be short of. And the real key with these foods is having a selection of foods that are very high in one of the macronutrients and very low in the others. The reason why this is important is, let's say for example you're 40 grams short of protein, but you've already met your carbohydrate or fat target. By having, say for example, whey protein as one of your macro filler foods to use at the end of the day, this would be ideal because it's high in protein, very low in carbohydrates and fats. You're making up the net difference of that protein target without actually going over your carbohydrate, fat or calorie totals. And that's why these foods are a great tool to have at the end of the day. And that therefore means you want to try and have a selection of foods for each macronutrient: protein, carbohydrates and fats. So for protein you could have whey protein, protein bars, you could have a selection of meats and fish. Again, high in protein, low fat, low carbohydrate. For your fat sources you could have nut butters, nuts, oils. Again, high in fat, relatively low protein, relatively low carbohydrates. And then for your carbohydrate source you could have, for example, fruit would be a great example. You could use rice cakes, you could use certain cereals. Again, the same principle: high in carbohydrates, relatively low protein and fats. You've got these selection of foods where they're high in one of the macronutrients, and whenever you're short of one of the macronutrients at the end of the day, you can easily call upon one of these foods to make up the net difference to meet that daily protein, carbohydrate or fat target. So hopefully that's been useful. Start implementing this immediately if you haven't already. Like the video if you've enjoyed it, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I look forward to speaking to you soon. Take care.